G'day everyone, Uncle Jojo here. Great to see you all again. Thanks for watching. Today I've got a super duper special on waffle pod slabs or raft slabs. They've only been a recent thing into Australia. I've done a video before on them, just touching on briefly, but I've been inundated with questions and queries about them, and because of that, I've just got to do a special on what a raft slab is, explain it, and the problems that we're having. Massive problems in Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. They've been cancelled outright in South Australia. When I was over in America many years ago, I saw a waffle slab done, but what they did is they cut their edge beams in. We don't do that. As far as I've seen, every single waffle slab in Australia has not got edge beams. All it is actually just laid on the ground. And what I've got today is one that's actually done 4 units, and they're on a downward slant, which is probably the worst place to have a waffle slab. The developer has told the concretes that this is the way that they have to do it. So here we've got the slab finished. Now this is the edge. The bricks will stand on here. Here, this slab is just sitting just on the ground, nothing more. So what happens is that you'll see here, because there's nothing underneath that edge of that slab, the moisture can get straight underneath that, and the edge of the slab will lift when it soaks up with moisture on both ends, and the external edges will lift, and all of the plaster and everything will lift up with it, and it'll pop all of the ceiling, and do a variety of different damage inside the finished home. And something like this is that the water comes down, the water will come down here and actually cut away behind this slab and dig away underneath it, and the slab itself can slide down the hill. You can have a look even here, even worse. Okay, so it's got a build-up of concrete, which means it's got a bit of weight there, but that's a huge cut of land up here. It's a lot of water to be coming down underneath this raft slab. I've actually done a heap of research on the problems associated with them. I spoke to a number of the professionals that came out to the ASBC meeting. I followed up on all of their notes. Thanks, Peter, very much. I appreciate all of those notes that you gave me. I've spoken to a number of industry specialists, engineers, soil testers, etc. These waffle slabs in Australia are having detrimental effects across the entire industry. It's hurting homeowners, it's hurting small builders or small subcontractors, but we've got to do something. We've got to do something quick, fast, and make sure that these don't continue on. Seriously, as far as being a builder goes, and taking great pride in the work that I do, and in the building industry in Australia, we need to make a stand, whether we're a subby, whether we're a builder, whether we're whatever. Yes, they're cheaper, they're quicker, but they're by far not superior. It looks like something that's made, sorry for the pun, looks like something that's made in China. We need to have pride in what we build in Australia, and what I can see here is horrible. Everything's been focused on the dollar and the timeline. I understand some people can't afford the Taj Mahal, but that doesn't mean that we should be skimping on our resources and our abilities as Australians to be building the best structure that we can to last the time for our future generations. Make sure when you build right. And people that are buying these things, have a look at the standards, have a look at the standard of the builder that you're selecting, or the developer. There's not just a builder. You can't just blame a builder. There's a developer, there's an investor, or an owner builder. All of these are different. You need to understand when you do a waffle slab, or when you take shortcuts like this, it doesn't suit in the long run. A lot of resources, a lot of time and effort go into building these places, and I'm just looking at these cringing, looking at the way that in just 5 years time, maybe 10 or 15 years time, these are going to be junk. You can just throw them away, start again. It's something that you get for a Christmas present, you throw it away the next year and get something else. You can't do that. This is valuable land, this is valuable resources, this is valuable, and we need to take pride, make a stand now in Australia and make a change. We don't do things on the cheap. We need to make sure that we cut our slabs in. We do what's called a conventional slab or a standard slab. That's all the beams are cut in. It becomes part of the ground. It can't just sit on it. It can't just flow away, and we can't waste all of this time and effort. There's heaps of stuff on waffle slabs. There's a lot of complaints. There's a lot of class acts going up against massive developers, but to get the money out of them, they are building it to what is considered to be a certain type of standard. It is not acceptable as far as I go, and a lot of engineers I've spoken to, structural engineers, soil geo-engineers, geotech engineers, all different types of people have looked at these waffle slabs, and a lot of them are in court because of it. 1 in 5 in certain sections of Victoria that have been built on swampland have been deemed to be non-habitable space because they're structurally not sound. 1 in 100 west side of Australia wide have been deemed to be non-livable. 1 in 100, that's really bad odds. If you're spending 300,000 on a brand new home and you've got a waffle slab, you're not going to be happy when somebody doesn't pay up. When your whole ceiling starts to pop, you get massive cracks wherever you try and park your car. The cracks are opening up in houses inside the living room. You can put your hand underneath skirts and arcs. Around windows are popping. It's horrible. It's really bad to see. Have some pride in your work, Australia. Have some pride in your work. Have some pride in the money that you're spending on these houses. Have some pride in everything that we do as a country to build good homes for the future generations. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions or queries, please flick them over to me. It's very important. If you've got any questions or queries about structure and stuff like that, I'm always happy to help you out. Until then, thanks for watching, and stay unreal, banana peel.